Few years ago, if someone suddenly asked a question to me, I couldn't able to answer it on the spot. Not because that was my English problem, not because I was not knowing the answers. I was being running into the in my head what to speak and how to speak, and I thought it was my English problem, but it was not actually. It was my communicational process. And later then I realized that I have started using a framework that is lately called an SPR, which we'll be talking in this video today. So S stands for slow down. So the now these time, if I had been encountered in any kind of conversation where I have to speak on a certain topic, I instead take pause, think about the topic before responding, not having unnecessary pressure on me that I'll have to speak as soon as possible, because that's not a good sign to be in. So it gave me a sense of acknowledgement, and actually taking the pauses gave me an authority to just structure my thought as I'm doing today. So speaking slow have gave me immense time to think about what I'm speaking about, have given me establish a credibility about the topic I'm speaking to. And P in SPR stands for prepare anchor. You know, the best speaker never script and memorize the script. They would be knowing the crisp of that. So always remember, while you're going into the presentation, while you're going for facing any kind of interviews, know where you'll have to get back. So have the certain key points, have those measures. Well, you'll have to get to the point, right? So make sure to prepare an anchor, that any of the time you're speaking on something, make sure so that you don't forget where you'll have to get back. That's where this stands for prepare anchor. And R, which is very important, stands for record and review. Because do you feel that if you're doing something for maybe first time or 10th time, you'd be good enough as someone has done it for 100 time or maybe 1,000 time? To be honest, no. Your answer would be no. And you'd be shocked to know that once you would be recording yourself, putting yourself in the same position where you're gonna go and speak in real time, you would able to see the real actual faults in you. I'm not saying just because I'm telling. I have used this thing so often, because recording my videos, watching it again and again over the YouTube, and actually seeing myself doing the silly mistakes, going through with the same process. So once you record yourself, it would give you a chance to review it by yourself, and eventually you can be your evaluator, which would give you immense pleasure to see where you're exactly making a mistake, and you can just evolve with the time. So again, just summarizing the three things in this framework: yes, speak slow down; P, prepare anchor; and R is nothing just but record and review. Because I always used to think, the best speaker memorize all those things because they use word to word, they know what to speak when. But no, they know what is the gist, how to speak in a proper manner, and since they have been just practice it so long that they're never been devastated with that. Because communication is not about talent, it is just a system and the process what you have faced a lot of times, and now being comfortable to just articulate your words in a very familiar way that people find that it is coming naturally. So that's the SPR framework. So make sure to hit subscribe button if you find, and also do comment that whether you are aware with this framework or not, or how you're gonna implement this in the next call. See you in the next video.